Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3, gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 3, gang, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. I was like, nah, tell him come in, bro. Tell him come in, man. Like, you know, I'm living in a world of scumbags. What y'all want me to do, man? I'm here to make money. You know what I mean? I don't got time to be trying to make sure everything is ran regulated, man. Like, you know, like those dudes was cool, but at the end of the day, they know what they dealing with. Like when you do stuff like that, they want the Stobox man. I don't know their reasons of running this man up the way they was running this man up, but they just wanted to keep running him up. But now they about to run him up for real now. Like they about to get what they want because he's not finna have the money. So that's how I looked at it, y'all. I promise you, man. I looked at it like that. Like, you know what, man? I gotta do me, no matter what. Even though I thought it was slime ball activity, I gotta do me. The white might come in and say, he was like, "What's up?" I was like, "What's good?" He was like, "Trying to get another spoon." I was like, "All right, look, I need all food though. That's what I need." He was like, "All food?" I was like, "Yeah, all food." He was like, "Look, I got a bag of $40 in it right now." He said, "Look, $25 of that is yours." You know what I mean? He said, "Look, what's up?" I said, "Yeah, look, go ahead and give me 25 of that. And go and put your stuff to the side and I'll come get the bag." So I ain't trying to have everybody see me, bro. So I'm gonna come get that joint when they call lunch. You know what I mean? He was like, all right. I was like, "Look, here." Gave him a spoon. He was like, "Shh, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man." I was like, "Man, look, you need to be careful, man." He was like, "What you talking about?" I was like, "Man, you just need to be careful, man." Like he was like, he looked at my roommate like, "You told your celly, man?" I was like, "Man, I mean, you know, he rock with me, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say nothing though, bro. I ain't gonna throw you under the bus, bro. You ain't gotta worry about that. I ain't gonna throw you under the bus like I can. You know what I mean? But I'm not though, you know what I mean?" He was like, "Man, I mean, like, can you blame me, dude? Like, I spent all that money with them. Like, it ain't like I'm bucking, I'm running. I'm just not gonna have it for a while. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they can deal with that. Me not having it for a while." I was like, "Yeah, I get that, bro." I was just like, usually though, you give people the option of that though. You know what I mean? I was like, you kind of doing it sneaky. You know what I mean? He was like, "Well, I mean, you know, like, I found out my brother's being locked up after I done this. Motormouth over here, you know, he took it and ran with it, I guess, man." He was like, "But you know, man, listen, man, I gotta do me in here. And that's just what it is, man. Like, I'll figure it out. You know, I got other family members. But right now, my brother was my support system. And, you know, without him, I got to figure it out. So, you know, I'm not just going to freaking starve in here or nothing like that, man. So, you know, that's what I got to do, man. That's what I got to do." I was like, "Bro, you got to do what you got to do." I mean, I said, at the end of the day, as long as me and you doing cash and carry, I don't have a problem, my friend. So, boom. As long as you pay me up front, me and you cool. Because you got freaking maniacness in your veins. I see it. You know what I mean? So I just let it be, man. I served him and that was that. You know what I mean? So he just started like running his bill up more. Like, you know what I mean? Not with me, I guess with them. You know what I mean? So I guess he like, "Man, you know what? Eating is not important to me." You would think eating is important to him. You know what I mean? Because when he first came in the block, you seen him when he got some food, soups and all of that. No, that man, that stuff went out for the la-la. Trust me, those soups was in my room. Like that man didn't really even care about food. He didn't even care about eating. He didn't care about none of that, man. You got people like my roommate and a couple of other dudes that's tagging along, being leeches. You know what I mean? Like, you will see stuff like that in penitentiary, man. It'll make your skin crawl, man. How dudes just be leeching off people. You know what I mean? Like, they'll come back. Like, my roommate came back and told me his business. But the whole time, you going with him every time he lighting a feezy up, man. Like, you know, I didn't respect that. I didn't respect that from my roommate. Me and my roommate was all right. We won't never, like cool. I would let him hit the la-la because he my celly, you know what I mean? But we won't never, like that dumb cool, you know what I mean? But we was all right in the jump, man. So I just let everything play out. Man. He ran his tab up even more. The store they came to the next store. And now they back on track. We go back to the store every week for 2 weeks. Then we go on a 2-week stretch. You know what I mean? Which is nothing but a week in the hole. We call it a 2-week stretch though. But that was coming up. But first we go into commissary back to back. Man, we go to commissary, man, that first week, man, I promise you, man, them people call everybody name. They call everybody name. I look up. Man, them people ain't call Mike name. I promise you they ain't call Mike name, man. They ain't call his name, man. The whole commissary when that jump was all said and done, man, as soon as them doors are open up, you seen Sean and G, man, this word, they was down on him. They was down on him, man. Like they was at his door looking like freaking maniacs. They was looking like maniacs, man. They was just all at his door. They was all talking to him, you know what I mean? And they was looking serious, man. They was looking like some people that really wanted their money, man. Because like I say, like the white dude is banking off, like, look, they know I'm a lot, so they gotta excuse me on this. They gotta excuse me on this, man. So you hear the dude Sean like, man, we done looked out for you, man. Yeah, we done did all this looking out. Yeah, what you think? You just ain't gonna pay us? You know you need to pay us. You know you're supposed to pay us every time you go to commissary. How you not gonna pay us? How you not gonna pay us? Dude, Mike was like, I couldn't really hear what he was saying, but he was saying something in his room. He was saying something. I couldn't really hear his voice. But the dude G was just standing at the door like this, like he wasn't doing no talking. Sean was inside the cell. Sean was inside the joint screaming, man, we done looked out for you. Yeah, we done did this and did that. Yeah, man, yeah, you gonna have to pay that money, man. You gonna have to pay that bread. You gonna have to pay that bread. I was like, man, that joint. Well, I was like, oh, man. My roommate was like, man, I told him that was good. I told him they weren't gonna go for it. I told him they weren't gonna go for it. I was like, yeah, you ain't say that when you had the feezy in your lips, man. Maniac, man. He was like, man, I'm saying, like, if he gonna light it, then I'm gonna mess with it then, Weezy. What you want me to do? I'm like, man, he was like, man, but I told him don't do that though, Weezy. I really did. I told him, don't be borrowing nothing on air. If you ain't going to the store, don't borrow that stuff. I was like, man, I said, they might beat him down for that, man. I said, because he might owe them a lot of money again. I said, they probably gapping, but they owe him every time with each other. You know what I mean? I said, they probably owe the whole 120, and they probably got that 60 a ball. They probably got that 60 a piece every time. You know what I mean? That's probably what they plan with. So I'm like, man, they might beat him down for this, man. Like, man, that's crazy, man. So they leave, so the dude G start walking away from the door. Then you see dude Sean walking away. Sean went towards his cell. He was like, man, all right. Yeah, you think we did all that looking out for nothing? Yeah, all right. Yeah, you think we did all that looking out for nothing? Mike came to the door. He was just looking stupid. He was like, yeah, you think we did all that looking out for nothing? Yeah. Yeah, all right. All right. Went in his cell. I was like, man, that's crazy. So they didn't beat him up. I thought they was going to beat him up. So everybody in the bar talking like, yo, man, the white dude, he done ran his tab up that big. He ain't got the money. He paid last week. He tricked dudes. He act like he had the money. Then now he ain't got the money. Because that's how dudes going to look at it. They going to look at it like, yeah, he tricked us, gave us the bait the first time. Came right back. Because you have some people that live like that, man. I explained this before. I think it was a guy on Lawrenceville. Like, he'll owe his whole bag out from store boxing. And then after store day comes, he'll pay his whole bag out. And then go store box his food for the week to eat. Like, in his mind, he was winning. Like, I don't understand. It's a stupid situation. You owe your whole bag out every time, and you go put yourself back in debt. It was like you just staying in debt. And the store box man ain't tripping because he winning. He winning. It's a stupid thing to do, man. And this is what Mike was thinking, man. He's supposed to be smacked the back of his head for that, y'all. So boom. I wasn't tripping though, because he gave me a nice old sexy $25. I left that out. I meant to tell y'all that, man. I'm talking about 5 icy white games, you know what I mean? 3 of the regular shots, a couple of mackerels, a couple of tunas, a couple of turkey summer sausages game, my favorites, you know what I mean? No soups. Man gave me a box of the macaroni shot. Man, that man had a bunch of good items that he gave me, man. I'll never forget, man. So like, long as he had paid me, I ain't had no problem with the jump, but I did feel kind of messed up that he got in the hole that much, and I knew about it and didn't alert those dudes, but I didn't want to get in the middle of that, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't, man. So I'm just trying to see how this joint gonna play out. So they scream on him, they look serious, and nothing happened to him. Like, I thought something was gonna happen to him. Nothing happened to him, man. So they about to get ready to go to lunch, you know what I mean? About to go ready to go to lunch. I got a few dudes that still owe me. I don't have no more lala. I probably got about 3 feces left out that personal bag that I told y'all I had. It's over with, you hear me? It's over with, man. So I'm like, man, this junk crazy. So I'm just chilling. You know what I mean? A couple of dudes owe me a couple of cents, you know what I mean? A little bit of money. Collecting that, we get on standby for child. We get on standby for child, man. I promise you, man, this is my word. I looked up, I seen the dude Sean going to the dude Mike's cell. So when he went to his cell, I'm thinking he about to go back and scream on him. So we don't hear nothing, he going to cell. So the door's closed, boom. So G on the outside of the door. G is on the outside of the door, so I see G just looking in the window, you know what I mean? The door's closed, so I'm thinking like, they might just beat him. Dude Sean might just beat him up real bad, you know what I mean? This is what I'm thinking. Because it looked like G was holding the door down. So G standing at the door, like he blocking from people can't, he's blocking the window part, but people can't see over him anyway, but he's like in front of the door like this. He's looking in the door. So nothing happened. You don't hear nothing going on. So lady said, exit out for child. Exit out for child. Exit out for child. So I ran out the joint. Boom. So I dipped. I ain't even look back to see what was going on upstairs, what they had going on. So I dipped. I ran out the cell. I mean, going, get down to the boulevard, get down outside, get outside to the boulevard, get ready to run down the hill, seen a dude from the kitchen come from the child. I was like, what they got over there? He was like, man, they got Sloppy Joe over there, man. I was like, shit. I hit the major U-turn on the jump. We just went to commissary, y'all. So boom. So I turn around, I hit the U-E, and I go back up the steps. I get up the steps. The lady ain't locked nobody down. It's like 5 people that's in there. Dude making a swole over here. Dude at the hot water joint. A couple of dudes over here. There's a couple of dudes over here, like 3 dudes playing poker. And I looked up and I still seen G standing by the door. I'm like, where I go up the steps. When I go up the steps, G walked away from the door. So he come in my direction. So when he come in my direction, I seen him. I'm like we passing each other. I'm like, what's up, bro? He's like, what's up, T Weezy? What's up, man? Everything good, man? He was like, yeah, everything good. Everything good. But yeah, white dude, Mike, man, he ain't nothing, man. He ain't nothing, man. I'm telling you, he come borrow that stuff from us and he ain't got nailed down on his books. Man, nah, he ain't nothing, man. I'm like, man, that's crazy. I said, so what, y'all about to just beat him up or something, man? He was like, I ain't gonna beat him up. He was like, Sean gonna handle him. Sean in there handling him now. I was like, what you mean handling him now? He was like, man, listen, man. All that looking out, man, that shit come with a price, Weezy, man. It come with a price, man. Like, he think we just, money just grow on trees. Like, you know, like, what they got going on, I don't condone in it, man. But, you know, Sean, my dog, Sean handling business the way he gonna handle. I was like, man, what do you mean handling business the way he handling business? He was like, man, he in there giving him the gorilla pimp. I was like, giving him the gorilla, like some of the words and the sayings that I have heard from these dudes, I never really heard these words before ever in my life. I'm like, he giving him the gorilla pimp. He was like, yeah, he in there gorilla pimping him. I'm like, that's where my jaw hit off him into the cell phone. I was like, I felt like Cyclops. Sean, shake, roll, and rolls. I was like, man, that's crazy. I ain't scanned that man. You know why I ain't scanned him? Because there won't no boys in the block when I moved in the block. And there won't nobody in there shake, rolling, and rolling when I moved in the block. I promise you, man, I was like, Sean, a shake, rolling, and roll? I was like, that's crazy. Like, yeah, he gotta, yeah, bro, if he ain't got the money, he gotta pay for that, Weezy. I was like, shh. I just went to my cell, man. I go to my cell. Next thing you know, I'm just standing by the door. The lady ain't let me in. I'm so much in a daze of thinking about what's going on a few cells down. I don't know what they doing in there, y'all. But this man that went and borrowed all that money, man, and think he just gonna carry it casually with these people, man. He thought that's what was gonna happen, man. No, that's not what happened. So I'm standing there doing a daze. I'm like, people start coming back from child. I mean, everybody started coming back. My son came upstairs. He was like, lady opened the doors up. I step out like this. I look. All the doors open up. Except the dude Mike cell. I'm like, I walk back in the cell. I was like, hey, look, I don't know what they doing to your homeboy. He was like, who, Mike? I'm like, yeah. He was like, what they doing? They beat him up. I'm like, man, I don't think they beat him up, man. He was like, what they doing? I was like, man, they say the dude Sean in there. Say he got to pay for that stuff, man. It's one way or the other, man. You know what I mean? I said, the dude G told me, man, everything, all that looking how they did, it come with a price. You know what I mean? He was like, so what you talking about? I was like, bro, I don't, nothing. He was like, nah, what you trying to say, Weezy? Like, what they in there trying to violate him? I said, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't say anything, bro. Because right then and there, I was trying to get myself up out of this stuff. Like, I don't have nothing to do with this. You know what I mean? I was mad that I told him that. But I'm telling him this information because I already know he wasn't going to do nothing about it anyway. You know what I mean? He wasn't going to do nothing about it anyway, man. So he was like, man, what you mean? What's going on? What you talking about, Weezy, man? What they got going on down there? Like, I never seen him this serious. Now, I didn't know how tight him and the white dude was. You know what I mean? I didn't know how tight him and the white dude was, man. Like, but him and the white dude was cool. You know what I mean? I guess that's the way he acted. So I'm like, bro, I don't know. He was like, he just stormed out the cell. So when he stormed out the cell, I come out like this. And I look, Sean was standing by his cell. He's still watching down there. So when he seen my roommate going down that joint, he go down the joint behind him. So I look, Sean walked past me. He go follow my roommate. So my roommate go to the door. The cutter's up on the door. So my roommate go to the door. He like, hey, Mike. He go to the cracker door. He say, hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Hey, Mike, I know you hear me, man. This word, he turn around. It's G right there. G like, what's up, man? What you doing, man? Get away from this door. Why you by this door? Get away from this door. He was like, get away from this door. What you mean, man? Get away from this door, man. He was like, you heard what I said? Get away from this door. What you standing over here? You ain't got nothing to do with this, man. This business ain't got nothing to do with you, man. He was like, man, what y'all in there doing to him, man? What y'all in there doing? So he making kind of a scene, and now people are starting to hear a little bit. He like, man, what y'all doing to him in there, man? What y'all got going on in there, man? G was like, man, look, let me holler at you right quick. I'm about to tell you, cut him myself. Cut him myself. So when he say that, I'm thinking that the dude G finna break down the same thing he broke down to me, because apparently G don't shake, rattle, and roll. You know what I mean? G don't shake, rattle, and roll. My scanner didn't go off on him. You know what I mean? My scanner went off on bro. So I'm like, man, like, I'm guessing he's about to take him in the room and explain to him everything that is going on. You know what I mean? So my celly looking, man, my celly like, yeah, man, cause, man, no, we can't do that, man. Nah, man. So he start walking. You know what I mean? He start walking towards bro cell. He start walking towards G cell. So he get the G cell, G go straight in the cell. So when G goes straight in the cell, I put my attention back on what's going on down there. Still don't hear nothing. Still ain't nothing going on that I can hear. Man, I promise you, man, as I'm looking down this way, all you hear is fuck wrong with you. Nigga, mind your fucking business. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. Hell is wrong with you? Mind your motherfucking business, nigga. You wanna have something to do with this nigga? Like, you heard a couple of more combos. I was like, look, everybody looking, everybody like, man, get the fuck out my cell, man. I looked, my roommate was like, you know what I mean? Like, he was balled up, like he was trying to duck another punch. He was like, man, get the hell out my cell. He was like, he got out the door. He was like, my roommate dipped downstairs. This is my word. My roommate dipped downstairs. He like, man, these dudes, man. So everybody like, what's wrong with you, bro? What's going on? He like, man, these dudes in here gay, man. Excuse my language. They like, yeah, these dudes in here gay. These dudes in here gay. He was like, what you talking about? He was like, man, Sean and G. Sean and G. So when he said that, man, it's my word. G came down the steps flying. My word, man, he looked like a maniac, man. He came down the steps. He was like, man, he skipped the mess out of them steps. He got down the steps. He hit the corner. He seen my roommate. My roommate dipped this way. Boom. My roommate took off running. I was looking at him like, so everybody looking at him, chasing my roommate. Chasing my roommate. My roommate dipped this way. This word, my roommate go up the steps. My roommate go up the steps. When he go up the steps, I walk to this way. I'm looking. I'm like, man, this is my word. So dude, Sean walking back towards. I'm like, man, Sean, come on, bro. He's like, nah, Weezy. That man called me gay. That man called me, I gotta have him. This is my word. My roommate ran, got up the steps this way, ran, went in our cell, locked the door. I was like, the hell? I was like, man, this boy's crazy. Sean was like, Weezy, tell me I gotta have him, son. Yeah, I gotta have him, son. He don't wanna learn his lesson. I got something for him. I got a trick for him. So when he said that, I look, the cut come down, I might say it. Finally, the cut come down, I look up. This my word, man. I look, man, I see the dude, Sean. He coming out the jump with a white beater on, with his t-shirt over his shoulder. I'm looking, I'm like, he come out the jump, man. Well, I'm the angle I'm at, you can't see the dude Mike. You can't see him. You can't see him because unless he's standing up, that's the only way you can see him from down on the bottom tier. So everybody looked at Sean. Sean came down, he seen G. He was like, hey, man, that nigga Weezy roommate, man, he talking about niggas gay and all this shit. God damn it, I ain't gay, nigga. I gotta fuck that nigga up. I gotta have that nigga. Sean was like, yeah, fuck that shit. That nigga say what the fuck you want, nigga, yeah. Nigga, yeah, I'm gonna get my money one way or the other. Yeah, I'm gonna get mine one way or the other, goddamn it. Yeah, fuck that shit. Yeah, I done got mine. So nigga like, niggas, everybody looking at him, man, because like, it was no shake, rattle, and rollers in the pod that I knew of. There was nobody in the pod that was booed up with a boy that I knew of. I'm telling you, man, like, it was nothing in there. This man talking super crazy and spicy right now. He like, yeah, I'm gonna get mine one way or the other. Yeah, and you still gonna pay that money. And I'm gonna keep getting mine. Man, I'm gonna keep getting mine. How about that? How about that? He left. He was like, he walked back down my mic set. He walked back down my mic set. He was like, hey, look, man. Man, get up, man. Get your ass in the shower, man. Get your ass in the shower, man. Yo, fuck, you brought this on yourself, man. You done brought me out of retirement. Yeah, come on. Get your ass in the shower, man. Get your stinking ass in the shower. You looked up, you seen the dude Mike. That nigga come to the door like this. That man look like a scared gazelle. You hear me? That man came to the door. He was like, he started walking towards the shower. That nigga got down. Sean said, man, get the fuck back over here, stupid. You left your shower bag. That man said, when he turned around, I saw his eyeballs. I saw horror in his eyes, y'all. So boom. I saw it, man. That man said, that man went back in the room, grabbed his laundry bag, did it down. I was like, oh my God. He go to the shower. He go to the shower. I was like, no, sir. I was like, why he's not running to the booth? This man should be running to the booth, even though I still don't know what happened. The man, Sean, coming out like, he got his money. He getting his money one way or the other. That's how Sean looking, man. So the white dude go to the shower. So I look back at myself. The dude, Sean, standing by my cell. He like, man, you gonna bring your pussy ass out this cell, man. He like, yo, tell him over the door. I was like, ho. I walked the door. I was like, yo, hold on, bro. Don't tell nobody to open my door, bro. Like, what you doing, bro? He was like, nah, Weezy, like, I'm trying. I was like, bro, listen. First of all, you're not fighting this nigga in my room. That's first off, nigga. You got it fucked up. He was like, man, I'm saying that nigga disrespect me like that. I said, bro, listen, he disrespect you like that. You need to catch that nigga out here, bro. Know what I mean? I ain't protecting this nigga, but y'all not coming fucking up what I got going on, bro. I said, you know what I got going on, and you not finna come fuck that up, nigga, with y'all maniac shenanigans, man. He was like, man, nah, listen. I was like, bro, listen, bro. Period, bro. I ain't trying to hear nothing else, bro. Respectfully, bro. Get away from my door, bro. Get away from my door, bro. He was like, man, y'all niggas wild. Y'all was like, bro, listen, ain't no y'all got nothing to do with this. I said, I'm about to go in there and holler at him. I said, but ain't nobody coming in my room, bro. So when I said that, my two homeboys, they come up the steps. Bad dude style. Niggas came up the steps. When they come up the steps, they like, yo, what's up? You good, Weezy? I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, these niggas wilding. I said, yeah, I'm good, bro. People wilding right now, though. I said, people wilding right now, man. I said, man, look, bro. I told him ain't nobody going to my cell. He was like, what your roommate do? I said, man, my roommate, like, he got a problem with Sean. Sean already beat him up already. You know what I mean? He said, he beat him up already. I said, yeah, he beat him up, bro, like 5-10 minutes ago. You know what I mean? He was like, man, I said, man, I just seen when he was running from him. I said, nah, before that, he was beating him up in his cell. He tricked him to come in his cell and he beat him up. I said, he went downstairs and called them dudes Shake, Rowler, and Rollers. And he got mad, you know what I mean? I said, man, that's crazy. He was like, who's Shake, Rowler, and Rolling? I was like, bro, what do you mean who's Shake, Rowler, and Rolling? I said, the dude Sean Shake, Rowler, and Rolling, bro. He Shake, Rowler, and Rolling, bro. I was like, man, look, I'll tell y'all later, man. But look, ain't nobody coming in this room. So the dude looked mad. You like, I interfered with their booty bandit business now. It's technically saying that he's not in that game. You know what I mean? He's just rolling with the dude Sean and he's in that game. But still though, man, like he was at the door watching. He like, I didn't trust all of that. Even though my scanner didn't go off, I still didn't trust it. I didn't trust it at all, man. So they argued. Dude G looking like he's straight because he getting his. You know what I mean? He getting his, man. So when Mike went to the shower, another white boy went to the shower and started talking to him. So I'm at the door with my celly now. I'm like, yo, bro. He was like, man, I'm not fighting him no more, Weezy, man. I'm not fighting him, man. He said, look what he did to my shoulder. I looked at my roommate's shoulder. He had a bite mark on his shoulder. I was like, he bit you, bro? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, he swung on me, hit me, I grabbed him. He said, as soon as I grabbed him, he bit me. I was like, he bit you, bro? He was like, yeah, he bit me. He bit me. I was like, yeah, bro, listen, bro. Like, ain't, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing jumping, bro. I was like, he ain't coming in this cell. I was like, but you can't hide in here forever, though. You can't hide in here forever, bro. You know what I mean? So, like you gonna have to do something, though, because ain't nobody coming in this room, bro, but you can't hide in here forever is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? He was like, so what you want me to do? He was like, man, they in here graping people, man. Nah, man, I ain't fighting those dudes, man. I ain't fighting those dudes, man. I ain't fighting those dudes. So as we talking, I looked up. The dude Mike was passing the cell. When the dude Mike was passing the cell, he was like, watch out. I watched out. He was like, hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. Mike was like, he was like, what's up, man? You good? Everything okay with you? Mike was like, he made me pay my debt. I looked at him and he said that, right? Like he had this disgusting look in his face. He was like, he made me pay my debt. I was like, he just walked away. That's word, man. He was like, nah, that's messed up, Weezy, man. Nah, them dudes in here graping people, man. No, sir, Weezy, man. I ain't going for that. I was like, bro, what you gonna do then, bro? Because you can't stand here the whole time, bro. He was like, man, I'm not going out. I already told the lady in the booth, do not open my door to count time. I already told her that, man. So when everybody's locked down and they about to count, I already told her that, man. This word to dude G was like, he walked back to the door. He was like, Weezy, look, man. Tell that nigga come out then, man. Make that nigga come out then, Weezy, man. Make that nigga come. I said, bro, I can't make a nigga do shit. I can't make a nigga do a motherfucking thing, man. I can't make a nigga do shit, man. So he was like, man, that nigga a bitch. You can't stand that motherfucking self forever. He was like, I'm gonna get your motherfucking ass, nigga. I'm gonna get your motherfucking ass. This word, the nigga Sean, he walked by. I moved out the way this way. When the dude Sean walked by, he walked by, I looked at my celly in the door and was like, he blew my celly a kiss, y'all. So boom. I was like, when I seen him do that jump, man, my word, bro, I saw my celly eyes. I saw my celly face, man. That nigga had looked scared. Man, the man that looked scared, man, I promise you he had looked scared. So goddamn, he stalled the whole time, all the way up until it was count time, man. All until it was up count time, man. And then when the count time finally came, I'm standing out in the fucking pod looking stupid as a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm standing in front of my door, but it was like everybody's locking down but me. So I'm standing in front of the joint like this. You know what I mean? I'm standing in front of the door. As I'm standing in front of the door, goddamn, the sergeant finally came in the joint. And I don't know why he ended up coming in the joint. Usually they don't come in the joint. It be the two COs that count. So he seen me. He was like, wait, look. You know what I mean? He was like, why he ain't in his cell? So they started talking like, why you go in your cell? So I was about to go in the cell. So they popped the jump. They popped the jump. I went in the jump. This is my word. I walked in the jump. I looked to my left as I was about to walk in. I seen G looking at me like, he was just looking. Word, I go in the cell. You know what I mean? I go in the cell. I walked in the jump. My roommate was like, man, look, man, I'm not coming back out there, man. I'm not fighting that dude, man. Look at my fucking shoulder. Like, he was light brown skinned to me. Like, that shit was like jive turning purple a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, his face wasn't all that beat up, even though he took some fucking hits. His shoulder was jive turning purple from that bite. You know what I mean? So I'm like, these two niggas is fucking animals on the low, man. They don't even belong in this motherfucker, y'all. So boom. Now, the man should have paid them their money. I get that, man. But like, my roommate said it in the beginning, man. They put people in debt for a reason. Now, I didn't know this was going on. I didn't know they was doing this, man. I didn't know none of this was happening, man. But my roommate called the Jake, man. He called it, man. So next thing you know, they come through and count. I'm just sitting there with my roommate. He said he ain't gonna do nothing. He said he ain't staying in the joint. So I don't know how he was gonna put the check-in move. I don't know how he was gonna do it. They walked by and count. So they walked by and count. My son went to the door. He was like, excuse me, CO was like, what, man? We counting, man. He was like, man, I need to get out of here when count clear, man. CO was like, what? He was like, man, I need you to get me out of here when count clear, man. He was like, watch out, move. He was like, wait, what y'all doing in there, man? I was like, man, I ain't do nothing, man. I ain't do nothing. He was like, all right. He just left. They finished count. As soon as count was clear, you hear, they come back in the jump. They come straight up the steps. Police coming on the top tier. They come right back up the jump. Open my door. They was like, what's going on in here, man? Sergeant come up. I was like, I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I ain't do nothing. My roommate was like, nah, my roommate ain't do nothing. I just can't be in here no more. They was like, why? He was like, I don't want to talk about it right here. I don't want to talk. Everybody on the door watching. This where they take my roommate out. They take him out. 5 minutes later, they coming right back in that jump, man. Them people come right back in that jump. They go to White Mike's cell. They get White Mike. White Mike come out looking dumb, man. He had the dumb ass walk, man. He had to take the walk of shame. He went down the steps like this. He was like, then he walked. He was like, he got down all the way. They put him in the office. So they in the office talking to White Mike. They in that jump talking to him, man. They talking to him. Next thing you know, White Mike leave out. Next thing you know, investigator and everybody coming through. The investigator and the assistant warden, they coming through the jump. They come up in our pod. They come in the jump. They all in the office talking. Next thing you know, they going up the stairs. Police on the top tier. This word, first door they open up was the dude Sean jump. They open up his jump. Come on, step out. They get him like, for what would I do? I ain't gonna do nothing. They was like, yeah, all right. They handcuffed him. Took him out. After they took him out, police come right back in. Dude, G thought he was getting away. My word, they come back and get G. Man. My roommate told, man. I ain't gonna lie. The man was a coward. Like, that man ain't want no beef, man. The man told, man. He told on them dudes, man. My word, they come back and get both of those dudes, man. But can you blame him, though, man? He basically saved the dude Mike's life. He saved his life, man. Mike borrowed all that stuff, and he thought it wasn't gonna come with a cost, man. Everything comes with a price in there, man. I'm telling you, man, the dude that we didn't even know was a shake, rattler, and roller, graped him, man. The man graped him because he owed him over $100, man. My word, man. There was so many rumors going out about that stuff, man. About the dude. Like, he was a booty bandit in retirement. Like, he wasn't no predator. He just somebody that shake, rattler, and roll, and he was in retirement, man. They said he was even talking to the COs, man. They said that man was so mad that white dude bucked on him, man. That's what he did. He graped him. Man. That was the rumor that was going out. They were saying that he graped the white dude Mike. You know what I mean? They were saying that white dude Mike putting charges on for the joint on both of them, him and G. On the dude, him and G. They were saying the dude G trying to rumble the J. After a while, all those dudes disappeared, man. Even my roommate, you didn't see none of them no more on the compound, man. Like, real talk. I had heard later on And I don't know how true this was. This from a dude that was working in the hole. He had told me, he was like, man, when I had went to 3D, he was like, look, he said, man, when it came to the dudes that great, that white boy Mike, he was like, man, my roommate, he called my roommate name. He said he's supposed to be testifying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like they trying to nail those dudes to a cross, man. But that's what happens though, man. Like both parties lose. You know what I mean? Mike lost because he had to indulge in that, man. And you know, Sean and G lost because they lost all their food and they getting transferred, man. So they got rid of those dudes, man. I never knew the outcome of it, man. But it's not gonna be a good outcome when you grape somebody, man. When they catch you doing that, man, you done. And I felt bad for Mike, man. But Mike got to be more careful with how he borrowing stuff, man. Because you can't borrow nothing and don't think it don't come with a price, y'all. Period, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. That was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, though, y'all. Man, I appreciate y'all for watching another one, man. Y'all already know the count, man. Stay y'all ass out the way, period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was a Thursday banger, so let y'all do this one. Like, share, subscribe, this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out here, people, and stay out ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.